Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Welcome back to the College File. This week, we saw Kingsman: The Golden Circle. I'm Cindy Hatfield, and with me to discuss her thoughts is Gabrielle Sam. So, what did you think of Kingsman?
You know, I really enjoyed it. Not as much as the first one, but I definitely liked it a lot. It was a lot, so I'm still processing it now, I feel. Like, after the movie, I was just like, what did I just watch? You know? Because it was really good, but it was just so much going on that you're still thinking about it and still remembering certain parts. So I would say that's definitely like a downfall for me. There was just so much in it.
Yeah, that's definitely a point against it. Is that like, if the plot, it's like not super complicated, but it's definitely like a lot.
It's a lot to process and remember, and they jump back from different scenes. So you're like, oh right, I forgot about her, or oh right, I forgot about him. You know?
Yeah.
I said that in my mind way too many times throughout that whole entire movie.
Right. Yeah, like it was definitely a lot more than the last movie, and that definitely didn't necessarily help it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But actually, the thing that I keep remembering the most is the opening scene. I really enjoyed that. It just got you on your feet at the jump of the movie, and I really liked that.
Yeah, like, you know, the opening scene, like, it tells you exactly what kind of movie this is going to be.
Exactly. And then the way that it was filmed, it was amazing. Like, the action scenes, it was amazing.
I love the action scenes. I love how they like really involve the audience in the action scenes.
Into
the way
how they thought.
Yeah, the way the camera moves and the angles. It's very clever, and I like it a lot.
I remember they incorporated that a lot into the first film, or if I'm not mistaken, it was throughout all of it that way. I'm not too sure.
I at least remember one action scene, but I'm sure it was.
It was like that throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it just felt different this time, and I think the car scene did that in specific because they weren't just outside fighting. It was in the car. Like, that's a tight
a lot
space.
more intimate. Yeah.
Exactly. So I really liked that. It was, and then the friend and his differences and how it, you know, incorporated that into the fight as well. It was really good.
Yeah.
I loved all of the fight scenes.
Yeah. Another thing that like I really liked about it is like its use of color. Like, you know, action movies a lot of times they tend to be so like dark and dull, but like
DC,
really,
and I've heard people think Marvel.
Yeah, they
Marvel
can be.
Well.
It can be a little bit dull, but like the way that they use color in this movie, like, you know.
So it's pretty to watch. That's crazy to say, but it's really pretty to watch.
Like, and it complements because like this movie knows that it's crazy. It knows that it's insane,
and that's what they try to go for each time.
Exactly, and I really appreciate that. Like, it knows what it is, and like it's like this
it just
is what
embraces
I am.
it
like,
and makes it bold and pop.
Like the action scenes, like what we were saying, like the camera movements, like that complements it. The colors, that complements it.
Yep, everything just complements each other so well, and it keeps you truly intrigued.
Yes.
So yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And another point for me is the Bond. I feel like I'm just going to touch on Bonds every single time I do a review, because with it, I love the Bond. In this movie, I love the Bond. Like, I don't know, if you have a good Bond, you have a good movie to me, and man, it was just great to see.
Yeah. A negative thing about Bonds, though, is that at the beginning of the movie, you do get this like great sense of Bond, but then they do something that it won't make you happy.
It's like a roller coaster.
Yeah, it really like, I'm not going to say it plays with your emotion, but it's going to be like, why did you do that?
Why?
Yeah.
When? Why will this happen? Why did this happen? You know, it's just too much to process.
Yeah.
And like I said, that just adds to the process, like, of it all. Like, what did I watch? Did this really happen? And then you have to do a lot of remembering. And like in some scenes, you were like, why did this happen? And it's just too much. It was a lot.
Yeah. And I know that like one thing that Raven said is like once again, I guess this kind of goes back to the plot being a lot, but like you know, at the end of the movie, there's so much, like, it's like
so much going on.
You defeat the person, and then like
you think that's the
final boss.
She said there was multiple
and then
bosses,
there's multiple bosses, and it wasn't like that in the first one. She was like, oh wow, like, it was just kind of a lot.
And that's what added on. It just seemed like it was prolonged, and it was like, we get it, okay, this is going to end up happening. So I don't understand why is all this commotion.
Yeah, like we saw this late last night, and it was like
very late.
It was 1 o'clock
so
when we got out, and there was a lull in the movie, and I'm like, I'm really tired and
Right.
I want to go home.
And we had woken up so early in the morning, man. It was
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, but another thing that I'm gonna touch on that I wasn't a big fan of, like, in the trailers, like, I feel like Channing Tatum is, like, heavily
Yes.
in there, but in the movie
He
he's
wasn't
not really.
in there
And that
at all.
that was really upsetting because, like, I really like Channing Tatum. I was really looking forward to seeing Channing
Of
Tatum
course,
in this
who
movie.
doesn't want to see Channing
Exactly,
Tatum?
and then, like, he wasn't in there that much, and I'm like, oh,
Halle
okay.
Berry had more scenes than he did, which nothing's wrong
Yeah.
with. It's just
Yeah, like,
they
I love Halle
incorporated
Berry.
him so much. You
Yeah.
know? It kind of reminds me of the movie with Rihanna in it, and they made it seem like she was in the whole movie, but she wasn't.
Yeah,
so
Valerian?
There we go.
Yeah.
It just puts me in the same mindset of that trailer, so
Yeah.
it just kind of let you down. You know?
Yeah, but overall, it was a very good movie. I enjoyed it a lot. I know I'm
Yes.
going to see it again with friends,
Yeah.
so, I mean,
I'll see it
yeah.
later down the road. I'm not bashing it in any way. I'm not saying that it's like
Yeah.
a terrible movie, but I don't know. I feel like it's just something that I'm gonna watch later on, not anytime soon.
that's understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah, but overall, I think it gets a recommendation.
Yeah, I
from
feel like
both
people
of
should
us.
watch it, especially
Yeah.
if you like the first one. You're gonna like the second one.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it. It was
It's
just
crazy. It's
extremely
bigger
wrong.
and crazier. And
Exactly.
It's great.
It's so much crazier.
It's not necessarily better, but it's a very good follow-up.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. But
Well-
no movie really ever, like the second, is
Right.
never really better than the first.
Yeah,
So
that's
just keep
true.
that in mind.
Yeah. Well, I think that's all we have to say. Thank you for joining us here on the College Cinephile. Make sure to like and subscribe down below, and we'll see you next week.